So there's this video going around, and we have a couple times, a lot of people are commenting on it. Obviously, we all and everybody who listens to this show probably are the types who would find it really interesting. But with the Sarah Silverman video, and we've responded to, I think, 2 Sarah Silverman videos in the past, being critical of her take. Although I always do preface by saying I was a real fan of old school Sarah Silverman.
I don't know, but if...
Ooh, she's pissed at me for, I don't care for your new stuff. Anyway, I was a big fan of old school Sarah Silverman. I always thought she was very funny. A great, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Do you remember that? It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
The diarrhea story?
No. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard him say. I think he was on some radio show. Might have been Stern. I don't remember. But he goes, Sarah Silverman. She's fantastic. She's just so funny. Who's funnier than Sarah Silverman besides every dude? Great. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Anyway, so she made this video on a topic that I have been talking about for years at this point. Well over a decade. I've been talking about this publicly, and I've talked about this on cable news shows and off air, also just to a lot of like pundits and cable news, and kind of made this case that I do think a national divorce is probably the most reasonable option for the United States of America right now. But what's really interesting about this clip is that you have somebody who's, a Hollywood progressive type who's just thinking about these ideas. And to give her credit, she's trying to think this through logically. The idea has popped in her mind, and now she's almost like, well, why wouldn't this be the correct thing? And you get to kind of watch her think out loud about it. So let's play that clip, and then let's talk about it a little bit.
This may be a negative thought, or maybe a positive one. I don't know. But if people aren't getting along, like in relationship, they break up, So like, why don't we just finally just realize that these states aren't working and like divide up into like 2 or 3 countries of like USA 1 and USA 2. And they can be USA 1. Like the conservatives can be USA 1 because they love being number 1 and it means something to them. And I'd love to have that be theirs. They can be USA 1, we'll be USA 2, and we'll be allies. And you'll come over here and we'll go over there. And, when you come to many times when you go to a different country, you have to get a vaccine. That's it. By the end of my answer, I have no idea what the question was. I don't think I'm anywhere near it. Click on the link in my...
You don't have to click on that link. The point is that I thought that was just an interesting moment. And what's even more interesting is how viral it went. Just on that. Just on like, I think less than a minute of Sarah Silverman just pondering why on earth we're a country. And isn't that in itself just something? That you're a part of a nation, and someone throws out the question, why? Very basic question that any nation should be able to answer. Why? Why are we one nation? Don't you have something for that? If you were to ask anyone, if you were to say like, why is Italy, Italy, and France, France? I'm sure they'd have some type of answer for you. The one that comes to mind quickest is like, we speak Italian and they speak French. There's probably a lot more. I don't know. They have their cheese with their bread and we have our pasta with our sauce or whatever the hell. I don't know a lot about the world. The point is they have an answer, I think. But it's really something to throw that out there. And right away, you're going to see that there's really, I don't know that anyone could come up with a reason other than it's America. But what is America these days? Sure as hell ain't the same thing it was when I was a kid.